when a narcissist makes people hate you. In other words, why and how flying monkeys are recruited by narcissists. Hello survivors and welcome. In today's video we're going to dive deep into the shady world of the Narcissist-flying monkeys. These manipulated minions carry out the bidding of their narcissistic overlord, aiding the destruction of the overlord's victims. Let's start with the most pressing question. Why do flying monkeys enable narcissistic abuse? What motivates them to debase themselves? Some are willing cronies, reveling in the drama and chaos. Like vampires, they feed off the misery inflicted. Others are coerced through deceit and intimidation. The narcissist exploits their deepest insecurity, puppeteering them into obedience. Fear of the narcissist's wrath keeps them trapped in the nightmare. At their core, flying monkeys are crippled by cowardice and weak wills. They become complicit cogs in the narcissist's machinery of torture. Now you may be wondering, how does a narcissist recruit their troupe of monkeys? Are they born minions or turned malicious? Seduction is key. Narcissists are sirens, luring in prey with their hypnotic facade. They target vulnerable individuals susceptible to flattery, slowly infiltrating their social circles wearing a cloak of innocence. Before long, their manipulation intensifies. They conjure sob stories of victimhood, depicting you as the villain in an imaginary scenario. Their mesmerizing performances convince the monkeys you're unstable and dangerous. Propaganda spreads, ambiguity arises, trust disintegrates. Your network becomes a breeding ground for deceit. But why believe these obvious lies? Don't the flying monkeys recognize the absurdity? Sadly, narcissists know how to twist narratives to suit their interests. Their image as a victim justifies their vile actions in the monkey's eyes. Some monkeys relate to the supposed victimhood, blinded by their own damaged psyches. Others get seduced by the thrill of drama and false importance. Working for the narcissist makes them feel special. The monkeys dismiss logic in favor of the exhilarating deception. Let's examine this from the narcissist's perspective. What do they expect from their monkey underlings? Total obedience. The narcissist demands their monkeys suspend all critical thinking and skepticism. Monkeys must embrace the narcissist's reality distortion without hesitation. Any question of the narrative confirms disloyalty. Independent thought is treasonous. The narcissist requires an army of unthinking slaves to dominate and deceive. Now, you may wonder, how do you deal with this swarm of zombie monkeys? Is there any hope of awakening them? It's a formidable challenge. Monkeys enmeshed in the narcissist's web will not heed your truth. The narcissist's hold is too tight, their minds sealed shut. Don't waste energy on futile arguments. Offer compassion for their exploitation, but maintain ironclad boundaries. Seek empathy and support from trustworthy allies. Focus on living authentically despite the horde's hatred. Their judgment says more about their character than yours. You cannot illuminate those committed to darkness, but you can tend confidently to your own light. Key point to remember is flying monkeys are the narcissist's useful idiots. Cowards and fools commandeered to assimilate the narcissist's fictional reality. They are seduced by flattery and intoxicated by drama, sacrificing truth for the excitement of deception. Though firmly in the narcissist's grip, monkeys cannot be saved. Energy is best spent finding your tribe of supporters whose vision aligns with reality. With their help, you can walk freely as the narcissist and their monkeys rive in a hell of their own making. We must be compassionate but unflinching with darkness. Our light will guide us to a life of meaning, one step at a time. Flying monkeys' motivations and traits. Now we're taking a deep dive into the psyche of the narcissist's loyal followers, also known as flying monkeys. What drives these individuals to aid and abet narcissistic abuse? Are they simply misguided souls or something more sinister? Keep in mind, who are the narcissist's flying monkeys? What motivates their manipulation and malice? Flying monkeys are the narcissist's fanatical foot soldiers. Their reasons for loyalty vary. Some thirst for drama, others desire feeling special. The narcissist exploits these needs, promising adrenaline and importance. Monkey motives also stem from relating to the narcissist's contrived victimhood due to past traumas or insecurities. Ultimately, monkeys see helping the narcissist as lifting themselves up. What personality traits make one susceptible to becoming a flying monkey? Are there certain vulnerabilities the narcissist seeks? The narcissist craves control. They target followers plagued by weakness of will, seeking power over those unable or unwilling to question their authority. Prime flying monkey material includes people pleasers afraid of conflict, individuals with low self-esteem who need the narcissist's validation, people who struggle with critical thinking and swallow the narcissist's stories without scrutiny. The narcissist scouts for monkeys among the voiceless and submissive. Now a common question: are all flying monkeys inherently narcissistic themselves, or just cowardly and misguided? While some monkeys exhibit narcissistic tendencies, many are not full-blown narcissists. More often, monkeys are simply insecure, emotionally immature individuals desperate to avoid facing themselves. They take the easy path of blindly supporting the narcissist rather than standing up for truth. Monkeys follow the crowd to escape their own inadequacies. In short, most flying monkeys are ordinary cowards, not conniving narcissists. Let's explore a specific flying monkey persona, the Pollyanna Enabler. How would you describe this narcissistic ally? Pollyanna Enablers radiate toxic positivity, always preaching that things will work out despite the narcissist's cruel actions. They pressure victims to forgive, forget, and give the narcissist endless second chances. Pollyannas downplay misbehavior and vilify anyone who dares hold the narcissist accountable. Their cheerleading enables abuse while maintaining superficial harmony. They ignore all darkness to play the role of the good person. Now let's examine the scapegoat, the flying monkey, blamed by the narcissist for their misdeeds. How does the narcissist leverage scapegoats? The narcissist deploys scapegoats strategically. When accusations arise, the narcissist diverts blame onto these monkeys. They spin tales, making the scapegoat the true villain. With no empathy, the narcissist destroys scapegoats' reputations and discards them. The monkeys are left as ruined casualty. The narcissist escapes, reputation intact, to continue their abuse. They will happily sacrifice 100 monkeys to protect their false image. Main point is, the narcissist's flying monkeys are not inherently evil, but morally compromised. Crippled by fear, insecurity, and magical thinking, they embrace the narcissist's deception. Their inability to take a courageous stand reveals deep soul sickness. Only by breaking free and walking the path of truth can they reclaim their integrity. Our light cannot force anyone from darkness, but it can guide our way. Dealing with flying monkeys. Now we'll be equipping ourselves with knowledge to counter the narcissist's insidious flying monkeys. When ambushed by these hostile forces, our peace is rattled. We question our reality as deceit closes in. How do we ground ourselves in truth amidst the swirling confusion? Remember, they are the narcissist's brainwashed battalion. The narcissist deploys them to spread toxicity within your community, assassinating your character with cleverly concocted lies. They hope to isolate you by turning your people against you. Do not underestimate the damage flying monkeys can inflict. So when ambushed by flying monkeys, how do we repel their psychological warfare? Focus on fortifying your inner light. Do not waste precious energy trying to change narrow minds marinated in malice. Be the embodiment of compassion, but draw clear boundaries around those committed to misunderstanding you. If monkeys continually overstep these borders, you may need to detach completely for your well-being. Now, what happens to flying monkeys when the narcissist is finished with them? How does the narcissist discard their supposedly loyal troupe? The narcissist eventually sabotages and discards their monkeys with zero empathy. Once the monkey's usefulness expires, the narcissist callously tosses them aside like trash. After years of loyal service, the monkeys are abruptly abandoned and bad-mouthed. The narcissist devalues anyone unable to provide continuous utility. The monkeys are left broken shells, used and abused. When confronting the narcissist's deceitful smear campaign, how can we silence their flying monkey propaganda? Respond calmly and rationally to any provocations, focusing energy on living authentically. Seek support from wise confidants to validate reality. Recognize irrational attacks say more about the monkeys than you. Your integrity remains intact despite their efforts to shatter it. Resist over-explaining yourself or reacting defensively, as this feeds their twisted agenda. Take the high road. Now imagine you wake up to discover the narcissist has turned your closest friends against you overnight. They accuse you of unspeakable transgressions you know to be false. How would you begin to deal with this nightmare? First, give yourself time and space to process this crushing betrayal. The foundation of your social structure just violently trembled. Lean on your wisest, most grounded supports. Gather evidence refuting the fabricated claims. Consider reaching out to poisoned old friends one-on-one to sow seeds of truth. With calm positivity, continue living your values. Light cannot eclipse your light unless you dim it. This too shall pass. If the narcissist's posse ambushes you publicly, how can you escape with minimal damage? Remain composed. Do not counter lies point by point. This feeds the chaos they crave. Instead, send compassion to all involved, wishing them freedom from suffering. Remove yourself from the situation unless unsafe to do so. Later, send clarifying information to those deceived, presenting facts without ego. Stay resolute in your truth even amidst the hurricane. Keep perspective. This will fade with time. Your values shine brightest under pressure. Remind yourself, dealing with the narcissist's loyal foot soldiers requires stillness, compassion, and faith in our inner light. We must gently hold boundaries while sending love to those trapped in distortion. By standing firmly in our truth without ego, we can emerge stronger. Our light guides us forward. Narcissist-flying monkey dynamic. Now, we will illuminate the dysfunctional theatrics between narcissists and their marionette monkeys. When a narcissist's false self is threatened, they summon their troupe to do their bidding. What drives these performances? Let's dive deeper to unveil the method behind the madness. First, how do flying monkeys prop up and protect the narcissist's theatrics? What manipulation tactics do they employ? The narcissist's monkeys function as producers and directors, shaping narratives to reinforce the narcissist's fiction. Monkeys smear the narcissist's detractors, silencing truth-tellers threatening to expose the masquerade. They provide narcissistic supply on demand to soothe the narcissist's endless ego needs. The monkeys help maintain the facade at any cost. From the narcissist's perspective, how should flying monkeys support their performance? What do they expect from their troupe? The narcissist demands their monkeys suspend disbelief and protect the integrity of the fantasy at all costs. Monkeys must convincingly perform their parts, supporting the narcissist's self-image. Any deviation from the script warrants severe backlash. The narcissist requires complete dominion within their fictional reality. How does the narcissist leverage flying monkeys for hoovering and stalking victims? The cunning narcissist deploys flying monkeys to bypass boundaries and harass victims from afar. They pressure monkeys to relentlessly contact the victim, convey messages, and provide intel. The narcissist borrows their monkeys' identities to ambush the victim anonymously. They force their monkeys to overstep all ethical lines to satiate the narcissist's obsessive need for control. Why are narcissists and their flying monkeys so obsessed with stalking the victim's every move? What compels this extreme nosiness? Narcissists and their monkeys exhibit pathological preoccupation with the victim's activities because they crave a never-ending sense control. They cannot bear the idea of the victim freely living life separately from the narcissist's strangling grip. Stalking provides them reassurance of their continued power over the victim. Now, how does a narcissist ultimately view and treat their supposedly loyal troop of flying monkeys? Are the monkeys ever rewarded? The narcissist holds nothing but contempt for their monkeys. Narcissists see others as mere objects to prop up their false self. Despite the monkey's loyal service, the narcissist devalues and discards them like trash once their usefulness expires. The narcissist has no capacity for genuine connection. In their eyes, monkeys are dispensable slaves. The point is, the dysfunctional theatrics between narcissists and flying monkeys are driven by the narcissist's insatiable need for control, ego-soothing, and maintaining their fictional facade. Though the monkeys eagerly participate, they receive only future contempt and devaluation for their cooperation. We must compassionately expose this emotional vampire's charade before more minds fall prey to manipulation. The truth will set us all free. If you found this video helpful in understanding how to heal from narcissists, deal with flying monkeys, and strengthen yourself, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel. We're here to shed light on these important topics and help you on your journey to empowerment. Thank you for being part of our community.